Boo. Am I finally scaring you? What? Ghost got your tongue. You better watch it. You keep that mouth open long enough, and I might have to show you just how well I can maintain this form. Did I get you blushing? How cute. Blood actually does reach that head of yours. I was starting to worry. Though, it's not nearly enough to give you the sense to run out of the house screaming. Interesting. Who am I? The name's Benjamin. Most of my friends call me Ben, so you can stick to Benjamin. What am I doing here? If anyone should be asking that question, it should be me. I've been living here much longer than you have. By decades, at the very least. This house is mine, and you happen to move into it. I should have ran you out the moment you started taking in boxes through the front door. But I was feeling gracious enough to let you be in my presence, whether you knew it or not. You're welcome, by the way. You should be grateful that I let you stay for this long. You can set up an altar of worship if you want. I think it would be a great addition to the house. Oh, are you now realizing why the house was so cheap compared to the others around it? Because it's haunted? I don't understand why people don't question it beforehand. Weren't you at all concerned about how many previous owners there were in such a small period of time? Or were you too caught up in thinking how lucky you were, or how you were so sure you found the one? Tch, surprise, surprise. You're just like the rest of the idiotic saps that bought this house before you. You weren't lucky. This house wasn't the one. People clearly don't watch enough horror movies to know the red flags. They're stuck thinking that this is a movie that's going to end with them living their lives happily in a big, beautiful house they got for a bargain. And I've taken it upon myself to get them unstuck. A few doors opening or closing on their own, a few things falling off the shelf, and they wake up from their daydreams and leave as fast as they came. Why do I do this? Because, like I said, this house is mine, and I like my own space. While I'm gracious enough to give people a chance, it all ends the same, with the living being messy, loud, and having shit taste and decor. Are you fucking with me? I did do the same shit to you. You just didn't get the hint. Creaks was the house settling. Door slamming was the non-existent wind. Things falling over was you not putting things down correctly. You had an explanation for everything I did, even if it didn't make sense. So I had to up the ante and slam the doors open and close multiple times, which felt ridiculous, by the way. I had to go out of my way to push really heavy shit over, move furniture, the works. Either you're the sadistic type that likes to really make a guy work, or the oblivious type that every guy falls for and you just don't know it until it's right in front of your face. Whatever the case is, I hope you're happy. You're the first person to actually see me. You still have that dumbfounded look on your face. What? You still don't believe I'm actually real despite how long I've been talking to you? You're making me lean towards believing you're the oblivious type, you know? Yes, I'm real. Look. What? Now you're pissy? You weren't bothered with me knocking over shit to begin with. Not to mention, you do it all the time. The difference between you and I is that I do it on purpose, and your main personality trait is being a klutz. You know, you can't be pissy at me. Not after I'm breaking the rules to talk to you like this. Yes, talking to you. And you talking back to me is breaking the rules. Technically. It's an earthbound spirit don't. You aren't supposed to talk to the living. It's known from the get-go. When you first try, you feel a force stopping you. You feel a weight on your chest, almost like you're breathless, despite not needing to breathe. Then this thought comes into your head, a thought that feels like it's planted by some higher force. It's a thought that says that your time is up, and the living should no longer be bothered. Even without all of that, most spirits can't talk to the living. Their presence isn't strong enough to be heard. But with spirits that have been earthbound for a while in one place and know how to ground themselves, well, then you get me. I didn't mean to do it. It came with protecting what's mine, and eventually I found that I can be heard and seen at my own discretion. Which usually isn't needed, but you aren't usual. What am I saying? I'm saying that my graciousness has run out. And so has your time here. I want you out. What do you mean, no? I don't really give a shit about any papers in your name or the money or the hard work and yada yada. I just want you out. I won't say it again. Listen, Cream Puff. Listen, Cream Puff. I don't know who you think you are, but arguing with a dead guy who has nothing to lose is a stupid fucking thing to do. Even if I have plenty of time to kill, I don't have the patience for this shit. Get out, or I'm going to make your life a living hell. Make you, huh? Oh, I'll make you all right. What? Surprised I can push you into a wall like this? If I can move around the shit pieces you call furniture, then I can fling your body around easily. Dead or alive, you aren't much of a challenge. Oh, look at that. You're starting to tremble. Cold, huh? Just like your heart for not leaving a dead man in peace. Do you think I enjoy subjecting myself to a suffocating space heater like yourself? Because I don't. But you're not understanding the severity of this situation. You can't hurt me, but I can hurt you. You're outmatched. What are you gonna do, huh? Sprinkle holy water and have some guy in a black dress come and tell me a story to wish me away? Do you think it's that easy? Earthbound spirits are here for a reason. Their own reason. They attach themselves to the places and things that mean the most to them. And they don't let it go until they're satisfied with their time on Earth. Does it look like I'm satisfied with my time? Especially with obnoxious living things like you fucking with my home. So I'm going to ask you nicely one more time before I start turning everything inside out and tear them to pieces. Get out of my fucking house. Are you even listening to me? Ugh. Fine. Ask me something. Yes, that's what happens when people move out. When you move out, the house will go back on sale and I'll have to deal with someone else who is hopefully less annoying than you are. What do you mean, am I tired of it? Yeah, I'm tired of it. People just need to stay out and leave the place abandoned. The land around here is beautiful. What about it? They wouldn't tear the house down to build other things. I can be sure. Have you seen this place? It looks like a historical landmark on top of this hill. No, I can't be sure that someone won't renovate it, but why would they? For a haunted tourist attraction. Because of the reputation the house has. Because of me. Fuck. Now you decide to have some sense. Your heat is suffocating. Go pace around to warm up. Your lips are turning blue, which I only noticed because the color was so bright and obnoxious. You know, like the rest of you? Well, since you have all the ideas now, what do you suppose we do, huh? I want my space. You want to live together? I'm not exactly husband material. Thanks for the proposal, but that sounds stupid. I do too have a choice. Is the choice better or even equal to yours? No, but I still have a choice. You know what? Fine, fine. I give in. I'll try out living together, not because I want to live with you, but because I don't want this house touched in any way. Not by renovators, not by tourists, not by ghost hunters, or anyone else. Not to mention, it'll be a change of pace from having to scare new owners. There's only so much door slamming and creaking on the 3rd, 7th, and 10th stair that I can do before I get bored and want to do something more drastic. You're telling me there's a condition now? What could you possibly have as a condition? No scaring you? You're no fun. And no phasing through walls. Listen, just because I'm dead doesn't mean I forget how to be a decent human being. I knock before I phase through walls when someone is on the other side. But you just thought it was the house settling. Yes, that means I haven't seen anything interesting to Ouija Mother about. Now that your conditions are out of the way, time for mine. No one is allowed in the house under any circumstances. Understand? Remember that? And I'll consider playing nice. Aw, did I scare you? Good. Could you have come through the front door any louder? I'm surprised the neighbors down the hill didn't attempt to file a complaint for how obnoxiously loud you were trying to fiddle with your keys just to get the damn door open. If you were going to get a complaint filed against you, at least make it something interesting, like you screaming, in pain, or pleasure. I don't think it matters. It'd make one hell of a better story than you banging in the no fun way. Why, yes, I was standing here the whole time, and yes, I could have unlocked the door for you. But honestly, you deserve to struggle, especially coming home at this hour. Where the hell were you? Don't try to be a smartass, that's my job. I sure as hell would like to know where you've been. You were out? That's all you're going to give me? Really? I think I deserve to know where you've been, considering the fact that you didn't even let me know that you were going out to be this late in the first place. Could have called me, sent me a carrier pigeon, telegram, fucking contact me via Ouija board for all I care. But no, I got nothing. Zilch. Nada. Don't get the wrong idea, Cream Puff. I wasn't waiting up for you or anything, if that's what you think. Did you think that I was oh so worried about you wanting to make sure you got home safe and weren't in any danger? Maybe that was the case. Or maybe it's the fact that if you were to be put in any sort of danger, I'd want it to be me who caused it, since I don't get to fuck around with as many humans as I used to. Maybe. The world will never know. But if you want to know something for sure, it's that you're unnecessarily noisy when you come home. I wasn't going to bother getting comfortable in bed when I knew that you were going to come in and ruin my peace. You're free to fantasize about what other motives I have, but you're going to have to share with the class and not spare any gory details. You know, you're usually pretty good about coming home on time, but this time you decided to be a little reckless, huh, Cream Puff? Didn't take you for the reckless type. I took you more for a goody-goody than anything. Huff and puff all you want, but that's how you come off. Deal with it. Now about this recklessness. Are you doing it to piss me off? Hasn't your mother ever told you not to mess with the spirits? Is it because I knocked over that poor excuse of a meal that you were going to eat this morning? I told you that you need to be eating more than junk, or else it won't be too long until you end up 6 feet under and have to spend the rest of eternity with me. Well, no one said you had to spend the rest of eternity with me, but since, I'm the only ghost you know, it's more likely to happen. Believe me, that isn't how I want to spend my eternity either. Will you stop fucking arguing with me and answer the question? Where the hell have you been all night? You were busy. That's the best excuse you could come up with? Alright. What the fuck are you hiding, Cream Puff? You aren't the best liar, and I can see guilt written all over your face. Do you really want your shit flying off the walls and going missing again? Because I won't hesitate to resort to childish tactics if I must, since you seem to be doing the same. Was that your car opening and closing? Who the hell is that? Did you bring someone over? You didn't. Like hell. Don't you dare touch that door. Here I thought you were a goody-goody. Was my condition not clear enough to you? I told you that I wouldn't scare you unless it was deserved, like tonight. I also told you I wouldn't phase through the walls and mess with your shit unless it was really, really ugly. I've kept my end of the bargain more or less. I'm even quiet during your phone calls and don't make things float behind you in video calls. And you didn't even ask me to do that. But you couldn't keep my one condition of no one being allowed in this house. Really? I don't care what the reason is. If you don't recall, I said under any circumstances. That's all you had to do, and I'll play nice. You're really testing me, Cream Puff. Tell them to leave. I said, tell them to leave. No? Did you really just say no to me? Oh, now it's your house again, What happened to this we and our thing, huh? You're going back on that because of this one person that probably doesn't even know you as well as I do? Because you two don't live together and all? We had a deal. Keep it, or I'm not keeping my end. You either tell them to leave or ignore them, or else. Don't turn your back on me. All right, you want me to be the bad guy? Fine. And stay out. That's the last we're seeing of them, and the award for most cliche yet effective haunting goes to... Hey, calm down. No need to raise your voice. You don't want to deal with the cops now, do you? What do you mean, what did I do? I think it's pretty obvious what I did. I played the part of a cliche ghost in a supernatural movie, barring the chains rattling, since your vanilla ass doesn't have any chains to rattle in the first place. Wait, you're going after them? Like hell. You're staying here. You've been out long enough. What's my problem? What's your problem? You couldn't just keep your end of the deal. I don't think I asked for much. You ask way more out of me than I do of you. Sure, I give you shit often, But have I stopped you from doing anything you wanted to do, even if it was loud or messy? No. You know why? Because you being happy is a lot more convenient than you not being happy. The house just feels better when you're happy, which makes me feel, you know, better by default. Because of the house. What don't you understand? You don't understand why I don't want anyone else here? Are you really that stupid? Are you really going to make me say it? Don't you realize that I've seen strangers come and go, and for once, there aren't any strangers in my home in the decades that I've existed here? You didn't run from the hills the moment I showed myself. I'm finally comfortable. I'm finally able to truly call this my home and be in it rather than fight for it. I'm finally able to be seen. I finally feel like I'm alive again. Talking to someone, playing games with someone. God, that sounds so cliche, but it's true. I'm not sorry for what I did. I'll do it again for every person you bring through those doors. I'm not going back to being a ghost to people. Not being seen. Not being heard. And if by the end of it you can't take it and you hate me and want nothing to do with me, then I guess that's how it'll go. It'll be fun while it lasted. Go after them. See if I care. It'll give me more practice to fuck with people when you decide that you're sick of me. What? What are you doing? Are you trying to hug me? You know it's pretty cold since it's in the middle of the night and I'm not a warm and toasty flesh bag. But you are. Nothing. Your heat is just suffocating. That doesn't mean let go. Just stay here and shut up, will you?